What if Vincent van Gogh hadn't cut off his ear and hadn't died so young? Vincent van Gogh, the genius of brilliant yellow and storms in the soul. The whole world knows him through the Starry Night and Sunflowers, but few people remember that his life only lasted 37 years, and he only sold one painting while he was alive. Van Gogh was not a madman, but an extremely sensitive person. He loved nature, loved sunlight, loved ordinary faces. He lived in poverty, but every brushstroke was burning. His life fell into a series of severe depressions, conflicts with the artist Paul Gauguin, and in a moment of despair, he cut off his own ear. This was the turning point that caused Van Gogh's spirit to collapse even more, leading to long days of treatment and finally his death in 1890. But what if the story had changed at that moment? What if he had not been hurt, not panicked, and not fallen into despair? Not cutting off his ear meant no serious crisis afterward, no long stay in a mental hospital, no separation from the artistic community, no feeling of being crazy and useless. If Van Gogh had remained sane, he and Gauguin would most likely not have broken up, and the Yellow House in Arles would have become the greatest art studio in Europe, where the two geniuses would have created together. They could have created a new school, combining Van Gogh's fiery colors with Gauguin's bold shapes. The conflict was just a small corner. A brighter future awaited. Van Gogh died at 37, when his talent was just emerging. Imagine if he had lived another 20 to 30 years. Maybe he would have continued to explore the light of the south of France. With the appearance of the work Sunflowers, Sunset Version, Starry Night 2, when he was calmer. Self-portrait as a happy person. Paintings that are softer, less painful, but more profound. Also, he will have a meeting with Picasso. Because Picasso was born in 1881. In the 1900s, the two could have met. Van Gogh, the man of emotions and colors. Picasso, the man of shapes and innovation. That meeting could change both Cubism and Post-Impressionism. Many contemporary artists will come to study with him. Matisse, Kandinsky, Chagall. He will no longer be an unknown artist, but will become the godfather of expressive art. And finally, if Van Gogh had lived longer, Expressionism would have emerged earlier. Matisse's Fauvism might have been heavily influenced. Modern painting would have been more vibrant. The tragic stories of artists who died of poverty would have diminished. And most importantly, he would have seen himself become a legend, instead of only being recognized by the world after his death. Perhaps Van Gogh would have smiled and said, "Finally, people will see how beautiful my yellow is."
What?